Yes, my people, welcome back to another episode of Where's My Podcast. Today, we're joined by a very, 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 very special guest. We're joined by Jay Hines.
Cheese!
My bro. Thank you so much.
Nah,
hey, Jay, you wouldn't have seen yet, but at the beginning of every episode, I basically just speak for a minute about like why you the guest are in the chair, innit?
Okay.
And bro, you see you, Jay? Your thing's different.
I don't guess that!
Jay?
I appreciate it.
Hey, bro. So, I'm sure a lot of you are aware of Jay Hines. You go on his page and you see the level of clientele that you have, bro. And for a man coming from London to achieve the things you do and be in the places you've been in, it inspired me. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Appreciate
I see
that, bro, for real.
the Gunna thing. I see the little bit who else? There's too many, bro. You know when there's so many, it's like I'm struggling to choose.
The baby, not little bit. Yeah.
See the baby one. I see Blast.
And
And all now I've only named the rappers.
Yeah, I know. Hey, don't box me in.
Bro, we can't box you in, bro. Only
Don't
seen the
box me
rappers,
in.
only named the rappers,
Yeah,
the actors. For me, it's that variety that made me so interested in your journey more than anything. Because I'm not just seeing music videos, I'm seeing editorials, I'm seeing red carpets, I'm seeing actors, I'm seeing the Time Lord, Matt Smith. I'm like flipping
Hey,
bro.
look, listen, first of all glory to God. Because,
Amen, bro.
Because I wouldn't be here doing any of that without him.
Amen.
You feel me? And congratulations to myself because I really put that work in.
Facts.
And I love that you're talking about like the diversity because the main thing for me was like I didn't want to ever be characterized as like, oh, that's a black guy from South London and he just does the rappers because he's black. I don't want to be that guy. I wanted people to see how diverse I was from working with actors, singers, to working with architects, to working with dancers, to working with stage performers, to working with absolutely everybody because my background is so diverse, you know, like I played football my whole life growing up. Then I went into dance. I did tap, jazz, ballet. I did all of that. And a lot of people don't know that.
I didn't know that.
That's what I'm trying to say. A lot of people didn't know that. You get me? I was out there doing up the dance and ballet thing. But like, I did that, you know, and a lot of people don't know that I have like a full-on art background, you know? So like, I really did like my research on so many practitioners within the art world with like the Bertolt Brechts, the Chekhovs and Tadashi Suzuki's and all these people, then researching like photographers like that came before us, Guy Bourdain, Peter Lindbergh, the Stephen Meisels, all these people like I read about and I crammed into my brain. So my thing was never to be like, yeah, man, I love rap music and all that, but I didn't want to be seen as the rap guy. I wanted to, you know, different other places, different people. That's what I pride myself on.
You've definitely done that, bro. And as I was saying, that's what stood out to me more than anything. Now we haven't even mentioned how incredible your shoots look. Like, I feel like I'm at the point where, because I've followed you for a couple of years now, when I see something you've done, I can tell it's you. Like, it's like, it'll have obviously the high fashion with it, but it's classy, but sometimes it almost, obviously depends on what shoot you're doing. But it's just like, there's almost like that Jay signature, bro. And obviously you mentioned you grew up in South London and whatnot. I'm always intrigued because as you're even talking and you're name dropping all these people from the art world and whatnot, when we think about a young man from South London, we'll never necessarily associate them with knowing things like this. So what was it like for you growing up in South London, and like how did this sort of art world come into your being? Do you know
what? It was mad, car. Like I was always the football kid, you know. Everyone in the ends knew me. Oh, Jay's gonna make it. Jay's the football guy. Jay's the.
You saying you were cold?
It was always me. Yeah, I was cold, bro. Hey,
Who can we ask?
Ask everybody. The whole ends. Everyone. Ask everyone in Greenborough. So everyone in Greenwich asked them about me, bro. I was cold, but yeah, no. Growing up in South I loved it, man. It made me tough. Do you get what I'm saying? It made me tough. It made me understand like real hard work. You know what I'm saying? I think my dad and my mother, they've always worked super, super hard, and that's kind of been installed in me. I think my journey of like going into the art world really started when I was in year 10. I was in school. I was a bit of a troublemaker in school. You know what I'm saying? A bit of a loudmouth.
Energetic.
I had a lot of energy, man. And so I went and did this course, like in year 10, where it was like outside of school as well, where it was like to do with acting and dance and all of that. And I was like, man, what the hell is this? Like, even though I wanted to do acting, but I didn't know the dance was involved. I just wanted to learn how to act and be better. So one of my teachers, she put me onto it. I was like, yeah, let's do it. I went there. I went there with my best friend now. He's my best friend now. He wasn't my best friend then, but like we went there, year 10, 11, we started to learn to dance. We were like, what's this? Then I got into it, started doing contemporary, started doing jazz. By college times, I'd already been doing like tap, jazz and ballet for like 2-3 years now, you know? And it's crazy because when you're walking through the ends and a lot of people are like, oh, bro, you go to that dance thing, innit? You're just with bare girls and that, innit? But I'm like, no, like, guys, it's not just about the bare girls. It's not about any of that. It's like, I genuinely love it. And yeah, cool, it's different to playing football. But I didn't care. Like, anyone could laugh. Oh, you're doing ballet and wearing tights. Cool. What do you want? A medal, bruv?
Do you know
what I'm
Jay,
saying? Like, I just did me, bro.
Do you know what, Jay? I'm so happy you're saying this because, as you said, even at the beginning of the conversation, you was like, you don't want to be boxing. We can't box you in. I feel like you haven't been the football kid in South. It's like once you're known for that, people expect you to eat, drink, sleep football. You get what I'm saying? So when you were going to the art school or whatever and dancing and doing all of this stuff and whatever and going ballet and all of these things, like, did you feel pressure from the people around you to kind of not be a certain way? And also, I can tell that you had the confidence to do these things. Where do you think that confidence kind of came from?
Do you know what it is? Yeah, I've never liked the idea of, because my mum was quite strict. My mum was quite strict and she would be like, Jay, you can't go out and do this. Because, you know, the streets are crazy. She's like, Jay, you can't go do this. I don't want you to play out on the field, outside on the roads. I don't want you to do this and that. And when me doing that was kind of like, because I was locked up not being able to kind of like do what I wanted. I was like, nah, I don't like the idea of not doing what I want to do because other people think or they're trying to stop me, you know. I just wanted to just be like, bro, if I want to dance, I'ma dance. If I want to be a painter, I'ma be a painter. And I don't care what anyone around here thinks. Okay, cool. Like, I'm not ghetto, I'm not gangster, I don't care about all of that. Like, I didn't care about what was going on. I just wanted to be happy. Do you know what I mean? And that was so super, super important to me. Me going to bed knowing like, bro, I'm making myself happy. Because you see, when you go to bed, that's the thoughts you have. Like, it's only you in your mind. Do you know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, you got to make your mind happy and think, I did a great job for myself. And I learned that from a young age. And that's what I wanted to do. And I loved it. And it's made me the person I am today, because I feel like in South London, the mindset was so boxed, and they didn't understand certain things. They were asking me, why do you have gay friends? Why do you this and that? And they were just asking so many questions, and they were kind of like laughing at me for it. And I was like, you guys, your minds are so trapped, you don't even understand. If you took the actual time to understand about other people, whether they're trans, whether they're gay, whether they're whatever, and you actually sat down and you had a conversation, you'll realize you're not that different from them. Do you know what I mean? You'll realize you're not actually that different from them. So me doing that art and dance and ballet and all of that, it really transcended my mind and really changed me as a human and changed me for the better. And I always tell anyone, look, go out into the world, man. Don't be boxed. Even if you're gonna go watch a piece of theatre, maybe you might not like it, but like, go do different things. Come out of the area, like, go and explore the world, because there's so much beauty in it. So yeah, man, I could ramble on about it for time. But that's
but I love this, Jay, man. Like, I love how transparent you are about these things, because this honesty is what we need, bro. Because I know there's a lot of people who have, I don't know, the desire to do certain things, but they feel like they can't because of perception. You mentioned something that I found really interesting, where you said it was like being in these environments changed you kind of from the inside. Yeah. Naturally, I can imagine that may have reflected in your outward. So did you notice a different, like, obviously you're playing football, you're probably just going around in your tracksuits and whatnot. Yeah. But once you started getting into this different type of world, you're seeing different types of people from different backgrounds. How did that kind of affect your style?
Bro, I'll be real. My style changed as soon as, I don't know, because basically I used to do like this thing called jerking as well. I would jerk. Hey, listen, man was dancing out there, you know. Hey, listen, man was the king of the jerkers. I swear that. Anyway, I used to do that, and like they had such a unique style, and they wear like backpacks and snapbacks and skinny jeans. I used to wear like skinny jeans and all that, like walking through the ends and that. And remember, some guys used to laugh at me and just be like, "Why is he wearing skinny jeans and a snapback?" Then I used to like cut out like the 3D glasses and wear them. You know what I'm saying? And me and my boy Freddie P, shout out him. We used to just go around wearing like mad colourful gear. Do you know what I'm saying? Mad colourful gear, and people used to be like, "Oh, Skittle Gang." They used to call us Skittle Gang.
What was to troll you kind of?
I don't know if it was a trolling. I asked my mum. I was like, "Mum, do you think they were trolling us?" But I think they were trolling us. But at the time, we were like, "Hey, yeah, hey, Skittle Gang."
That's G.
That's me, baby. But yeah, man. At the time, they were trolling, but I think from the dance scene, from the jerk scene, that really gave me confidence in like to wear certain things. I was just wearing bright colors. I was trying different silhouettes, different types of jackets I would never usually wear. And it was sick, man. It was sick because like it gave me confidence, gave me mad confidence dressing like that. Like I got attention, and I don't know if that attention was what gave me confidence, but people were recognizing me like, oh, I like that. I'm getting compliments like, nice jacket, or look at those guys. And I was like, oh, this is quite cool.
I like this feeling.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like people recognizing me and that. Do you get what I'm saying? So yeah, it's a weird one.
Yeah, no, it makes sense though. And this is why I'm so happy about the fact that on this podcast or whatever, and speaking to you, we kind of go back because you expressing yourself naturally, of course, helped you become the person you are today, because you have to help people then express themselves. So you have an understanding of expression, analyzing personality, and then matching that with what people wear and whatnot. So obviously you spoke about being part of the jerk fashion and whatnot. So at this point you were still balling, yeah?
Yeah. I was still, well, like in college, I kind of fell off because I was playing Southern Youth League at the time, and I was just like, bro, I'm finding like my passion for acting and the dance thing. I was like, I think that's just me. I didn't really understand the importance of like, shit, I could be a millionaire if I play football. I just didn't think about it at the time. I didn't think about money. It was more of like what made me happy. So I was just like, shit, I didn't know that I could be broke for time dancing and all that. Yeah, but I just loved it. I just loved what I did. And I went on to do it at college and at university, man.
Oh, so at that point, of course you were a fashionable guy from being Skittle Gang and whatnot, but fashion as a career wasn't something you even thought about like that.
I didn't even know, bro. I didn't even know dressing anybody was a fucking career until 2017, 18, what? Bro, I didn't know it was a career till 2017. When I told my mum in 2017, I want to be a stylist, she was like, all right, bet. I have a backup. I was like, what? I said, Mum, I want to be a stylist. She was like, is that a job? So I don't know, but shit, I'm gonna find out. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I'm gonna find out. But yeah, these times I didn't know.
So Jay, what brought you to that point then?
What?
Of wanting to be a stylist?
Bro, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think it was at the time I was in university. I was doing like a few shoots around my campus. I was just trying to emulate other people. Coming back to London, I was bumping trains. Hey, listen, the time from Bedford to London, get a train, 10:55. That's when the barriers are open. That's when I went. Hey, look, I was there bumping them trains, boy.
Hey, that's a real key. We got to clip that, Rash.
You got to clip that. 10:55 train from Bedford to London. Bump that shit. Yeah, man. I was doing that, going back and forth, doing shoots like for free. I don't even know who the hell I was shooting. I was just doing stuff on the streets for fun. I just thought it was fun.
Wait, when you say doing shoots, what do you mean? You was actually styling people at this point?
But like, I was styling people. But I was like, I just was copying people. Like, I was like, I just got clothes in my bedroom. Should I just come? Yeah, this was like 2016 times. I was like, I just got clothes in my room. Let's just do it. Be like, because I was a blogger. I was like, not a blogger, but I was like putting my outfits on Instagram, and people were like, oh, you a stylist? I didn't know what that was. So I researched it on Google, and then I was like, yeah, someone that dresses people and does photo shoots. So I just tried to copy people. I just got photographers that were my friends and went back to London and tried. You know, it wasn't anything great or successful. Then my goal, which was, it was, when I think about it, it's actually quite sad. Well, it's not sad. That sounds bad to say, but it's like, I gave up on everything. Like, I was just like, you know what, I'm just going to be a teacher. Like, I was just like, I'm just going to do my PGCE. I'm just going to be a teacher, do my PGCE for 2 years, and then that's it, man. I'm just going to work in a school, you know.
So when was that point where you had that realization?
That was so I wanted to. That was 2016
Okay.
when I was like, I'm just gonna be a teacher. And
Yeah.
then I went back to London. I graduated 2016. Went back, worked in retail. In and out of retail 2017, and then was in retail still like till 2018, to the point where I was just like, fuck this, man. I was like, bro, I'm seeing everyone else doing their shit. I'm like, I can't just be here unhappy. I got these people that have been in this job for like 10 years talking shit to me. I'm like, I've got talent. I was like, so I just said, I quit. And they said, what? I said, I'm done. I said, I'm out. I said, I'm out of here. I ain't fucking coming back, bitch. and then I just left. And it's crazy how God works. But see, listen, don't play with my God, man, because it's crazy how God works, because I had met somebody that worked at Burberry headquarters at the head office, and I just left, and I used to work in the store at Burberry.
Okay.
Yeah. And I just emailed him. I was like, hey, man, it's a long shot, but if there's any positions like as a staff, I didn't know it was a job, but I've heard about like styling e-commerce. So I was like, okay, at this point, I was like, okay, that's a career for me I could maybe get. I didn't ever think I was going to be a celebrity stylist or whatever. So I was like, yeah, let me just do e-commerce. He was like, I'll put you in touch with the ladies at Burberry, sorry. Go to Burberry. I meet this lady, everyone's all looking good and shit. Burberry, I'm just there like you get me? Just like I look alright, but I'm not like them. I'm wearing vintage shit. Like I ain't looking cool like them.
But do you think you stood out for good reason?
I don't know. I think she thought I looked messy because she was like, show me your portfolio. I think she was thinking to show me on an iPad and shit. I had a broken iPhone 4. Yeah, it was cracked as shit. So she was looking at me like, ghetto. I was like, all right, cool. I said she had to, when it was cracked so bad, she had to go there. She had to miss the scrapes. You know what I'm saying? So she was doing that, and then she was like, okay, cool. We'll be in touch. And I was like, yeah, I ain't got it, man. I was like, whatever, man. I was like, shit, I'm gonna have to just find something. And then I don't know, like maybe like 2 weeks later, I got an email saying, hey Jay, would you like to come in and work on our e-commerce stuff for Burberry and our third-party stuff for our website? And I was like, shit. I was
shocked.
I was shocked, but I always knew I had a talent, At this time, I was just doing shoots just for myself, and I just showed her that. And I guess she said yeah, and I got lucky, and I really just worked at that and worked there.
You know what, Jay? Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Bro, there's so much to unpack there. First of all, you see that level of confidence? I love it.
Yeah,
bro, because as you said, it's how in the day and age we're in, it's almost like everything is about perception. So you had the broken iPhone. You went to go and work at something that represents luxury, British aristocracy. So had you not had the level of confidence in yourself, you would have said, oh, my days, I'm wearing these vintage clothes that nobody's going to rate. My phone's broken. How can I go to an establishment like that and pattern it? But you believed in yourself enough to know, you know what, I don't care what people think, I'm still going to try. And
you know what the figure is though, bro? It's like now or never. It's like, I can't go back that way. I already said I quit. Yeah. There's nothing for me back there, bro. I was like, look, if I stop, then I'm going to go back working Sainsbury's night shifts. And I said, I ain't doing that shit again. I'm not doing that. So I said, I'm going to walk in there and try my best. I'm going to pray and I'm going to hope to God that things work out. And thank God it worked out,
Jay, when you said you knew that you had a talent. When you say a talent, do you mean talent in more of like a generic way in the fact that you kicked ball, you danced, you done all the stuff, so you knew you were creative? Or do you mean you knew you had a talent for styling?
I don't know, man. I feel like with styling it's all about perception, really. Clothes are perception. Design and art is all perception, because I could do some cool shit and someone thinks it's whack. And that's perception. I could see some art and think it's incredible. Then my mom's like, yo, what the hell is it? Yeah. It's all perception. So I thought my stuff was cool, and I knew that I was quite talented at other things, and I've always had that. And I don't know, man. I just believed in myself and I really worked, and I had the work rate of like researching those before me, those that were in at magazines like Alistair Mackey, I believe. I think so. Like just other stylists that came before me that I thought were great, and I just wanted to emulate. So I was like, yo, they got the blueprint. I'm gonna just copy
Follow it.
them.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
facts,
So,
facts. And in terms of that like research type phase,
yeah.
what kind of went into that, and like how long would you say you would do that? Would you buy
Man.
magazines and just look through it? Like, what would you do?
Yeah, I gotta shout out my guy Rio Romain though, because Rio really helped me like understand art. You know, he really made me understand art and was like, look, people are gonna look at you as like this black kid, you know, and unfortunately it's like that. You got to make sure you're so reference heavy that these guys cannot say anything. As soon as they're talking about this image, you're like, oh my god, that's a reference from 1980, or oh, that's a Guy Bourdain, or oh, that's a Stephen Meisel, oh, that's a, you know, like he was like, make sure you're on point, and you always used to send references to me. You always used to send like films to me as well, like old films and things, so I could understand where people will get their references from to make their beautiful imagery, like Edward Enninfield's stuff and the stuff that he did with like Stephen Meisel, like they were so reference heavy on like films as well, you know. So yeah, he just made sure he was like a big bro to me to make sure that I was always on point, and I just and I loved it. So I always used to just look at stuff and look at references.
So when you first got to Burberry, I can imagine, because you had never been a quote unquote paid stylist before,
never, man.
a lot of things would have been like, whoa. Like, but when you were in those rooms in Burberry, did you notice that the research that you had done before actually kind of helped you, and you was realizing, hold on a minute, I know these sort of things? Or was it like everything was just new to you?
I think I'm always quite prepared for things, you know. I always make sure I'm really prepared. Guy in Burberry was kind of like, it was different because everyone's bougie, bruv. Everyone's walking with their coat. It was like Never Wears Prada and shit. Like everyone
naturally
like walking around. I'm just like, I'm turning up late sometimes. Like, shit, guy, you lot saying my bad, man. I'm late. Love my train and that. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming in, and it's all it's all different. The types of conversations were different. You know, the way I had to actually learn and adjust my personality and my understanding of life and art was different. And I mean, it was only econ, but at the same time, at the time, I was still learning a lot from these people around me, you know, and just how to present myself as a person, the things to talk about, the wrong things to talk about, how to be a stylist, to make sure I'm always checking, make sure I'm on point, going back forth, not just talking to the hair and makeup, or, you know, it fine-tuned me to find out what I need to do to take it to the next level.
Yeah.
You know?
So even at Burberry, because obviously you're in-house, you know what I'm saying? You're not styling for Jay yet.
Yeah.
At that point, did you already know, I want to style for Jay?
Bro, all the time.
Yeah? From the jump?
Bro, I'm so calculated. Yeah. I'm always planning ahead of everything. I said, once I get to Burberry, I said, you guys think I'm here for a long time. You're wrong. Because I knew where I was going. I said, listen, all I need to do is get to Burberry. Once I get to Burberry, I'm gonna meet the right person, get my money, I'm cut. Because I knew what I had to do. I knew the steps. I knew where I wanted to go. You know what I mean? So
how did you know the steps though, Jay?
Because I researched. The people had the blueprint. I told you.
My fault, you right.
The blueprint. People had the blueprint. I saw how other people did it. Like, you know, and I just copied what they did. And I still do that to this day. I copy people that I look up to, and I was like, yo, I want to go there. Then I want to start doing editorials, with the editorials. I want to start working on that, building up like my clout, getting magazines, going to the bigger magazines from the smaller ones. I go from the Notions to the Vogues, to the GQs, to the papers, and I was trying to just level up each time. You know, so that's kind of what I tried to do, and eventually I stopped working with Burberry, and I just started doing my own thing, and man.
So Burberry, so whilst you was at Burberry, that's when you was like almost also freelancing on the side, and doing all those other things as well. Oh, okay, cool, makes sense. So then, after Burberry, Jay's on his own now.
On my own, bro.
So what was that like?
Bro, it's a struggle. It's a dogfight, man. Like, I'm not gonna be out here just be like, oh yeah, I was a stylist, because I took the long route, because I didn't assist anyone. You know, I tried to assist at GQ. It didn't work out for me. I was just like, I just couldn't do it. I just you know, I just felt like I could do more for myself. I tried to do it at Dazed as well. I tried to intern at Dazed, and it was great. Both the teams are lovely. I just felt I wanted to do stuff for myself, because I was there seeing people that were like assistants for like 9 years, 10 years, and I'm looking at them like, I'm like, hey man, how long you been an assistant for? It's like, oh yeah, like 11 years. I was like, oh, I'm like, how old am I now? Like 11 years. I was like, yeah, about to do that.
Yeah, it
I
didn't
was
fit
like,
with your plan.
I was like, I got to do this for me. Do you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, you see your boss shining, that should be you. That's how I felt.
Though.
I was like, that should be me. I want to be doing the fashion shows, the covers, the campaigns. I wanted to be that, you know. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go do my thing. And it was a dogfight. It was really hard. I didn't get paid for so long. I would say I didn't get paid for like the whole of 2018. Almost. I think I might have grossed £11,000 for the year. That's me as fresh out as a graduate. I was like, I think I might gross 11,000 to 15,000 pounds for the year. And like, I was really hustling because I didn't have no clout. No one knew me. I wasn't getting paid like that. And plus I didn't get no jobs from a boss that I had. So it was hard. Then yeah, 2019 hit. And hey,
wait, Jay, wait.
We're gonna get to that real soon.
Wait, Jay,
Hey.
before we get on to 2019, you said you took the long route.
Yeah, man.
Okay, so what's the traditional route? Just lay it out for us.
Traditional route is
and then
like,
what's the long route?
Like going to a magazine, working your way up, being an assistant or assisting a stylist, the main thing is just being an assistant or an intern. That's the traditional do it. But no, Jay got to do it the long way. I just had to go do shit myself, send a trillion emails to everyone and get ignored by absolutely everyone. Bruh, I even somehow hacked the fashion system and got like magazine contacts. I don't know how I got it. It might have been illegal. I don't know. But I did it.
You did it.
And I emailed everyone constantly every week. I'll just wake up and just do that and just do it. And like, yeah, man, I was just hungry for it, you know, because I saw what was possible, and not just what was possible. I saw other black stylists that made it possible. It wasn't just white people that I saw, and I love white folks. I like everybody, but for me, it was the black people that I saw that were successful, and I was like, oh my God, I can be that. Like, I can't believe this is even a job. Like, I can do that. I was like, oh my God, if it's out there, I'm gonna go get it. You know? So that's how I saw it.
And you know what, Jay? You said something that resonated with me a lot. You know, you spoke about sending out all those emails and getting not necessarily rejections, but no response in that. How do you kind of stay motivated when you're going through that?
Man, it's hard. Being freelance is so difficult, man. It's so difficult because you get so disheartened when people ain't messaging you. You ain't getting jobs. You might not get a job for like 2, 3, 4 days, a week, 2 weeks. Like when you're starting out, like it's hard, man. It's hard, but you have to keep going. That's why I tell people, you have to keep going. What are you gonna do? You're gonna stop. You have to keep going. You have to keep going, because you have to understand it's not a sprint. It's a marathon.
Facts.
It's a marathon, and you have to just keep the trajectory, because it's like, I always say this, like, imagine someone knocking at your door. They're just knocking at your door. You're just going to wait for them to stop. Like,
Facts.
Okay, he's stopped. He's cool. He's done. If I keep knocking at your damn door,
I'm going to answer that door.
And you're going to answer the damn door.
Whether it's to tell you to F off or whether it's to find out why you're there.
Either way, they're going to respond.
The
They're going to respond. And I loved it. You know what I'm saying? Even if I message brands, because like brands like Prada, Dior, before when I first started out, they would never lend to me. They were like, we don't even know who you are, bro. But I just love the fact that they even responded. To know who I was now. I was like, now you know me.
So now you're like, I've got one toe in. Like.
That's it. That's all I needed. That is all I needed. For like the GQ guys to know me, the Vogues to know me. I just wanted them, just decline me, please. Just so you know me. That's it. You know? So that's kind of what I was like. You just got to keep going. You got to keep going. You got to keep going. Don't ever stop. Because if you stop, where'd you know?
Where'd you go from there?
You know what I'm saying? What you gonna... That's so dumb. Why the hell would you stop if you know you're not gonna get nothing? At least get a reward for your pain, bruh. Like,
because you had been through.
That's what I'm saying. Get a reward for your pain, man. Damn.
So cool. I like how this is going in order. So we're at 2019 now.
Yeah, we're at 2019.
Jay, when you mentioned 2019, you said it with a different energy. So what happened? Okay, tell me from the beginning of 2019. Like, what was going on? Like? Different.
Hey, look. Enough for real though. I got a shout out Siobhan Bell, because Siobhan Bell brought me to my first Paris Fashion Week, which was amazing. I have a lot of love and admiration for her for that, because yeah, man, she took me to my first Paris Fashion Week, and she got me to meet people. I met Heron Preston and a lot of other people. So it was a great Paris Fashion Week. You know, I met for the first time I met Skepta. Them times. She brought me to the Alik show. She brought me to so many different places, you know. And that's when I really put myself kind of like on the map around like fashion people, you know. And no, it was great. And that's when I got the call from Flaunt magazine. And Flaunt magazine is a magazine based in Los Angeles where I'm an editor now. But at the time I wasn't. And I messaged Mwehe, who's the fashion editor there, so many times. Like I think over like 60 times. And like she never responded back to me.
So this was prior to 2019?
Yeah, this was prior to 2019. I messaged her so many times and she just never responded to me. And these times, bro, I went to Paris. I think I had like £1,000 in my bank account, maybe £800 in my bank account. I ain't have shit. Do you get what I'm saying? And Siobhan paid for a hotel for me and she was paying me while I was out there. And I just got a random message. And Moehe said, "Hey Jay." I was like, shit, she finally got to me. And I saw it in the subject. It said, Jaden Smith. I said, bitch, you are...
Wait, what? Wait, hold on.
That's what I'm trying to say. It was crazy, bro.
You know, it's so bad. Obviously, because your name's Jay.
Yeah.
And you said the subject was Jaden Smith. I just thought maybe Jay short for Jaden. But when you say Jaden Smith, as in Will Smith's son, Jaden Smith.
That's what I'm trying to say. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah. Junior Jaden
That's
Smith.
what I'm saying. Matrix. I forgot the name, but yeah, Matrix son.
Karate Kid, Jaden Smith.
That's what I'm trying to say. Cobra Kick, Jaden Smith. That's what I'm trying to say. I couldn't believe it because these times, like, I wasn't dressing anyone like that. I wasn't dressing anyone that was a celebrity. I had to dress anyone. So when I got that call and I was like, yeah, Jaden's in Paris and we want to shoot him for a cover. I told the whole world. I told my mom, to my dad, to my girl at the time. I was like, I told everyone. I couldn't believe it. And I was in the time where I was like, it's too good to be true.
Yeah.
Because it's always like, with me, it's like, there's things where it's too good to be true, man. This shit's not gonna happen. I told Siobhan and she was excited for me. She was like, man, do it. I was like, cool, I'll do it. And then, yeah, man, started the process.
Wait, sorry, let me cut you there.
Yeah, cut it, man.
Obviously, sorry, I can't pronounce her name, but the lady from Flaunt.
Moehe.
Yeah. Obviously, you're saying you hadn't done like big shoots.
No one.
What was it that you think she saw in you that made her hit you up?
I don't know. I don't think she saw anything in me. She was like, this guy keeps messaging me, and I think the stylist that they wanted to do it. I think Zoe Costello was gonna do it. I don't know. I think that she was gonna do it, and I don't think she was dressed in Migos at the time, so I don't think she had time to do it. So she was just looking like, who would be there? Oh, I see Jay on Instagram in Paris, and he's with Siobhan, and Siobhan's doing her thing. I'm like, let me just hit him up. Is he free? Right. I think she sent a message like 5 minutes. I replied back straight away. She didn't have time to breathe. Like, I sent it back straight away. So I've got a lot of love for Moehe because I can't express how much I love her for this, because this really changed my life, man. Like, this really gave me a hope, like when I did the Jaden thing, and I love her for this. Like, she gave me a mad opportunity, and she's continued to give me incredible opportunities, and I'm so grateful to her and God for that. And yeah, when I did the Jaden thing, it was crazy, and it released. Like, it just went. It was mad.
So Jay, talk me through that whole Jaden process, because like this is different, because obviously you said you had done smaller shoots before, obviously you've had jobs before, but this is Jay styling for himself, but also styling for a huge. At that point, you don't get much bigger than the Jaden Smith. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was crazy.
So it's like, how did you feel going into that situation? Was you nervous, and like, how did you know how to maneuver around this level of celebrity? You know what I mean? Talk me through it on that sort of level.
I was nervous in the fact that I was like, shit, this is big. But I was like, hey, yo, let's get it. This is what I've been working for. Like I said to you, I'm a dog. Like, I'm a grafter, and I know how to conduct myself. My mum's raised me correctly to know how to speak to people, to know how to speak eloquently.
Big up Mumsy.
And yeah, always big up Mumsy. To know how to conduct myself and how to carry out things, you know. And I like to do things to the highest standard, you know. And like I said, I already hacked the system, so I already had the Louis Vuittons and the Pradas ready. Do you know what I mean?
So all you needed was that name for them to be like.
All I needed was the Jaden name. As soon as I sent the Jaden name, Louis Vuitton,
take this.
Louis Vuitton, they sent a courier on a jet to send me pieces for the cover. Yeah. in Paris. I said, Mom, we're doing fashion now. I said, Mom, I'm a stylist. I said, I made it. At the time, I was like, shit, I'm a stylist now. And it was an ex-army dude who was like, hey, got the Louis Vuitton piece. This is my job.
Movie shit.
It was movie. I closed the door. I was like, I just had to stand there for a minute, bro. Shit was crazy. I was like, oh my God. But yeah, like it was at that point. Yeah, shit just happened. I was ready. I had all the brands send me stuff. She sent some incredible stuff. I used some upcoming designers. Use some LV, Lua, use some dope stuff. I think Lua. Yeah, Lua. I used some great stuff. Yeah, man. It was what a day.
When it comes to your like creative process for styling,
yeah.
One, what is yours? And two, because this was such a big client, did you alter that process in any way, or you was like, you know, I've been doing it X way for all this time. I'm not changing nothing.
With Jaden Smith, it was mad because I only had 2 days to pull, and I had to dress Siobhan at the time for her shows as well. So as well as showing attention to Siobhan and prepping for Jaden, it was like I have to be respectful to both. Yeah, you know. I can't be like, oh, look, I got Jaden now. I'm trying to, do you know what I'm saying? When Siobhan, she's the one that put me on, I wouldn't even be here without her. Do you know what I'm saying? So it was like, I'm making her look as dope as she can. But also, Siobhan already has incredible style. Do you get what I'm saying? So like, with her, it wasn't even too difficult because she would put pieces together as well that she felt worked. So like, and she was dope enough to just even be like, yo, Jay, like, if you need to focus on it, go focus on it, you know? So yeah, that's what happened. And then I think we didn't even have a lot of time, so I did a quick mood board. Oh, this was crazy. So I did a quick mood board, and I spoke to the photographer, Moy, about it, who's Jaden's best friend. And we just talked about the process and what we want to do. We're talking about like buzz cuts and like shaving his hair and all this shit and all of that. So that all came together. And I don't know if you, I'm about to take it to another direction, so I don't know if you want to interject. Go on. But like that all happened, and we shot the shoot. That makes sense. We shot the shoot. Yeah, fuck it. We shot the shoot. And then after, it was incredible because then we started shooting content for his album, and I was like, where the hell is this going? Yeah. I'm like, where's this going?
Just going with it.
I was just going with it, bro. We were just chilling out in Paris together. Paps with up. I was like, nigga, I'm fashion. I was like, I'm fashion. I was with Willow Smith and security guards. I was like, yo, my God, what am I doing? This is amazing. I was like, this is amazing. So obviously, then we just were walking around like Paris, just shooting stuff. The idea that we had of like him shaving his head in the bath and stuff. That transcended onto the album as well. So it was like, it was mad. Then you had like clips of him, you would hear soundtracks of like the Razor, like, and he made it into a song. And I was like, yo, this all came from just an idea that I was speaking to his boy about, like, yo, why shaving his hair? And I was like, I wasn't doing shit before. Now, it's almost like I've helped with some kind of creative direction for his album. Like, and you obviously had no idea it was gonna happen. And I had no idea that any of this shit was gonna happen.
Jay, again, do you know what is this to me is screaming?
It's mad.
A level of confidence and self-belief, because it's like,
yeah, man.
I can speak for myself, innit? Like, when I'm in certain rooms with certain people, sometimes you can dim your own light in a bit, where you say to yourself, you know, these people are bigger, they've achieved more. Although I may have something to say, I'm not necessarily gonna voice it because I don't necessarily feel like they'll value my voice. Yeah. Whereas if you ended up in this situation and you said to yourself, you know what, I've got an idea. They're either gonna like it or they're not. Let me say it. And that's really what you did, and look what it led to. Is, though.
But that's what it is. I feel like no matter how big or how small you are, you always have to believe in yourself. Always believe in yourself, even if it's just you. Like, always believe in yourself. Like, that's just my thing, you know. And yeah, man. Like I said before, I was like, there was nowhere else where I was going. So I was just like, it's just now or never. And thank God that happened, because that propelled like all the other artists, that propelled the Juice WRLD coming. Rest in peace, Juice. That the Baby came from that. Gunna came from that. Lil TJ came from that. Buddy came from that. So many, bro.
So,
like,
cool. So cool. The Jaden shoot is done.
yeah.
So okay. So let's say it's the day after all of this stuff, whatever.
Yeah.
Jay's in his bed, chilling, checking his emails. Like, when did things start coming in? When did people start to clock Jay Hines as a stylist that we want to work with?
It was when I posted it.
Okay.
It was posted, so it didn't come out for like a few months. It didn't come out for like 3 months. And then when I posted it, it was like, do you know what's mad? Because I posted it on the 25th, and my birthday is on the 27th of May. So I posted it on the 25th of May, or something like that. No. I posted it after my birthday. It was like on the 29th of May, or something like that. And it was my birthday post, and I posted that. It just went crazy, man. Like everyone started hitting me up, and like looking back on it now, it wasn't that big, but at the time, like for me as a nobody, it was huge. Like it was massive for me. Like I was nothing. Do you know what I'm saying? I didn't work with anyone, so it was mad. I had designers messaging me. I had all these PRs hollering at me. I had rappers hollering at me like, "Yo, what you did with Jaden was dope." Whatever, you know. And it was, for me, it was incredible. It was such a monumental like period in my life, because like I said, I wasn't no one at first. I wasn't in no fashion circles. No one really like fucked with me like that. Like they would be like, "Oh yeah, Jay's cool, you know, he's about," but I wasn't really respected as like any type of stylist or anything, you know. But yeah, man, that kind of happened, and things just kind of fell into place. And that also changed my mind to like, yo, I'm on this American shit. You know
Okay. Speaking of that, you say change your mind.
Yeah.
So where was your mind at before? Was it
Because
UK based? Like,
I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure where I wanted to go. You get what I'm saying? I wasn't sure where I wanted to go, but when I saw like how much people responded to me working with Jaden, I was kind of like, bruh, so people respect this American thing, like proper. I was like, is this the direction? So I just carried on. Then because it's mad, because I worked with Juice WRLD after Jaden, but the Juice WRLD cover dropped before the Jaden cover. Okay. And I saw the response from that. Then I dropped the Jaden. It was like, pop. It was like,
yeah, quickly.
I did the Juice, then I did the Jaden. Yo, people were like, yo, this guy is gone. Then I saw people's reactions, and they were just like, what's going on? And then I just started, from the States, started following me and messaging me. I was in a whole nother demographic. So it was like, I was like, is this the love that I'm getting just from doing that? Because at the time before, I did like a few like UK artists, but I didn't really get no like love like that. But as soon as I did that, it was like, bah. Then I got mad followers, and it's crazy, man.
Okay, so at this point, when it came to the Jaden shoot, at first were you doing more editorials? Okay, and then when did because as I said at the beginning of the conversation, you have a breadth of experience, of course, editorial, music videos, red carpets and that. So it was 2019, the year where you kind of did like everything. Yeah,
I felt like I really went and did my shit, man. I really did my shit, and I think I went to LA. I think I went LA after for the first time. Do you get? I think LA in 2019 for the first time. I think it was then. And yeah, then again it was another experience, because I was just like, yo, I just want to get out there and just see what it's like. I think it was then. And it was just mad. It was mad. I'm just trying to think of the timeline, because we had, when was COVID? 2020?
I forgot about that.
Yeah, I know, it's mad.
COVID was like 2020, February, March's times where things really started.
Yeah. So it was, I think it was then. Bro, it was a mad time for me, bro. It was a mad time.
Jay, I find that, sorry to cut you again, but to me that's so mad, because you've achieved so much in a short space of time already. Yeah, bro. But to consider the fact that there's basically 2 years wiped out from that.
That's what I'm saying.
So
it's mad, because like it was like 2019, like going, I think it was January, Paris Fashion Week. I think it was that. And then after when I did that, oh shit, then I went to LA in like September 2019, and then I went to LA again in 2019 October, and then flew me to China.
No way.
In 2019. So that's what I'm trying to say. That year was mad for me. So it was like, I'd never done this much flying in my life. I was almost out of the country every month, and then brands started wanting to work with me. I started working with Nike, like they were ignoring my emails for months, bro. They would never respond to me. I went for meetings with them. They would never. They didn't even like respond to my decks or nothing. Then I started doing stuff for them, and it was mad, bro.
Nah, the way
it was
God works
mad.
is mad because deep at Jay, like, obviously after 2019 came 2020, which was COVID, but you had done enough in 2019 to cement yourself to that.
That was mad though, G. It was crazy because I did like a lot happened. And after in the May times, like that's when the baby came. I was doing Reading Festival and I was doing the festival with all these artists. So like 2019 was mad because like 2020, 2020 and 2021, like that. It was almost like nothing was there. 2020 was the whole COVID. So
exactly.
It's like 2019 was I didn't even deep it, but 2019 was really what cemented me, man. It really cemented me. Like that's why it was such a mad year for me. I'd never done that much traveling, never worked with that many artists before. It was mental.
So 2019 was when you realized, you want to take that American route. Yeah. When you kind of started going down that American route or whatever, what were the main differences you noticed in terms of from a styling perspective between like UK styling and American styling? Like, do you know what I mean?
First thing I noticed is that we got much better stylists over here. I'll be real, like in terms of style wise, we have incredible stylists over here. I mean, it's like 50-50. I mean, there are those high-end stylists, the ones I look up to, like the Law Roaches, the Jason Remberts, the Jason Boldens. Those people, like, they're incredible. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're like the senseis. But then there's the other people in like LA, and I'm just like they're kind of mid. I'm like, we have such talent here, but it's the business over in LA, I feel, is what propels you to stardom. Okay. Because, hey, I'm gonna put it like this. There's stylists out there, they got houses on Architecture Digest. How the fuck's your house on Architecture Digest and you're a stylist? I've never seen no stylist in London on Architecture Digest. When I saw that, I was like, what?
Eye-opening.
Your house, Rihanna's stylist is driving what? I said, I need some of that. I said, I need some of that. I said, when I heard all of that, I said, nah. I said, I've already set myself up. You know what I'm saying? Working with all these American artists. I said, I'm gonna do my best to try get it. You know? And yeah, it was incredible, bro. It was incredible. So I was just like, look, I'm gonna try branch out there and see if they fuck with me, and if it works, it works. And so happens that they like the English energy or my energy or whatever. So
do you know what, Jay? I find that so interesting how you said, because I'm looking at it like, obviously Americans and British people, of course, everybody's different. Everyone's an individual, but like British people are different to Americans.
Much different.
So how does that affect how you kind of have to style when you're trying to accommodate for the different markets?
Nah. I feel like you just do you. You do you. I feel like you have to understand your client, understand the person's personality, understand their personality, what they like, and where you want to take them, and really have a conversation. Because you also need to speak to them about how you're going to grow with them, have a plan, and like what brands are we going to look at partnering with. For instance, do you like a Dior? Do you like a Prada? Should we wear more of that? Like their type of styles, the silhouettes that they kind of design, just so we can get that partnership with Dior. Now you got a Dior partnership. Now we getting that commercial money. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what it's about. You got to come with that structure, because some artists or some actors or some talents, they don't even know that's even a route, or they don't know how to get there. And as a stylist, that's my job to be like, look, here are these options. You know, you got Dunhill, who works with incredible upcoming actors. That's a great route. They make incredible stuff. You got the Pradas that work with a lot of talents. They make incredible stuff. You got the Dior's as well. Kim Jones loves to work with upcoming artists and talents. So I'm like, I like to present that stuff to people and be like, look, we can take it and another route, you know? So like, I feel like it never really changes for me how I want to like style someone. I always do it a bit of me and a bit of them. It's always 50-50. It's always a collaboration. I'm nuts. So like, I work on 2 different times. Well, 3. I work on New York time, LA time, and London time every day, 24/7. So like, I'm always telling my clients, it doesn't matter what time it is. Even if you're drunk, text me an idea. Communicate with me. That's super important. Communicate. Let me know. Oh, I like these type of things. This is my type of, and I'll work on it. I'll tell you how we can get to that level. Yeah. You know?
Do you know what, Jay? The way you're talking about this is the thing that's sticking out to me most is the importance of managing relationships. Because when you're having that sort of back and forth, it's easier to have that back and forth with people that kind of mess with you and fuck with you as a person, and so they're more inclined to kind of listen to you. So my question is that when it comes to being a stylist, how do you manage all those different relationships when you're working with a breadth of client? Do you get what I mean?
It's hard, man, because one thing I gotta let people know, like, I'm still a newbie in this. Do you get what I'm saying? I've only been doing this 5 years, like 5 years this year, 2023. So like I'm still new, you know. Thank God I've done what I've done and I'm doing what I'm doing. But my advice is that, like, you're never always gonna have an incredible relationship with absolutely everybody all the time. That's PRs, brands. Something's always gonna go wrong. So never get upset when you're like, oh, this relationship is you know, it might have been altered just because something's happened. Sometimes that just happens. That's business. That's life. Do you get what I'm saying? That's just how business is. But I always say the main thing for me is always just be a good person. Never let anyone have anything bad to say to you. You don't need to be disrespectful. You don't need to be rude. If someone's been disrespectful to you, let them know, but let them know in such an intelligent way that it doesn't seem like you're coming across condescending or anything like that. You know, I always tell people your reputation is important. Reputation and your relationship is extremely important. So always try and nurture that. Always try and nurture that. Always be a good person to people and do your best work as best to the highest level that you can, you know, because like you're saying, like relationships, they're like super important. They're everything. They really are, because especially if you're a sole trader, or if you're working by yourself, a freelancer, that's all you got, man. Do you get what I'm saying? All you got is your relationships.
I can't wait to clip this, you know. I can't wait to clip this. I love things like this.
No, but for real, it's true.
I love hearing things like this.
Like relationships are everything, man. You gotta guard it with your life, bro. Facts. So, hey, listen, that 48, what's it? 48 Laws of Power.
I've never even read it.
Hey, read that shit, man. Read that shit. 48 Laws of Power. Hey, Robert Greene, that's my guy. That's an incredible author. A few people have recommended it to me. Nah, man, that's what he said. He said, guard your reputation. I can't even talk. Guard your reputation with your life. That's what Robert Greene says, and that's what I'm gonna do. Because it's true. Just be a nice person, man. Just be a nice person.
So Jay, obviously, you know that on this podcast, the main aim is to drop them keys.
Gems.
Them gems, man. And you've been doing it throughout the conversation. No, you've been doing it, bro. Even if you don't know, trust me, you're doing it, bro. And I want to kind of move the conversation more into, like, not necessarily the technical side of things. I don't want to say that, but real tangible things that people can learn from. One thing I think you'll be great at speaking about, something I've mentioned throughout the conversation, is the fact that you've done all types of styling, bro. Like, I scroll through your page and I see everything. I see red carpets, music, everything, bro. So what are the like key differences between styling for those different sort of subsets of styling, if you want to call it that? And what's your favorite, by the way?
I'm gonna start off with saying this: stylists, like, we don't pull clothes out our ass. We cannot. If you want a Dior jumpsuit, we can't just. Here you go. No, it does not fucking work like that. It doesn't work like that. Like, editorial, red carpet, music video is so different, because if I'm doing editorial for a magazine, brands are getting press. They get impressed in the magazine, so they're gonna want to lend it to you. If I'm doing a music video, they're not gonna lend it to younger Shanka down the road. They're not gonna do that. They're not gonna lend it to him for his music video in front of the blocks. They're not going to. But if they getting a Billie Eilish,
it's a different story.
Then that's different. That's just how it is. You know what I'm saying? They might give it to a younger Shankar if the commercial value is looking good. Do you know what I'm saying? They might give it to him if he's looking good and he knows how to. He's got the right team around him to market him right. But they're not just gonna give it to a random person. When it comes to red carpets, again, the brand needs to be getting something from the talent. The talent needs to be authorized and confirmed by the whole house, you know? Especially when it comes to brands like YSL or Celine. They're very selective. They're super selective. They got to fit the brand and their aesthetic, you know? So all of those things differentiate. But people just got to understand, if you're asking me for a damn fucking Dior jacket, it's not that simple. It's not that simple. I can't just whip it out the air. I'm not the fucking fairy in Cinderella. I can't just do that. Do you get what I'm saying? So yeah, man, all these things differentiate super, super, super. Definitely.
And you know what, Jay, speaking of that, I like what you said about how obviously you're working with so many different stakeholders.
Yeah.
And naturally, every stakeholder is thinking about their own best interests and whatnot. So when it comes to you as like up and coming stylist or whatever, do you think you kind of, I feel like once you get to a certain point, do you need to kind of necessarily be selective over what sort of clients you even choose yourself to a certain degree? Because as you were saying, like, there's some brands that only want to work with, would only work with particular types of artists or actors or whatever you want to call it. So do you need to think about your own portfolio in that sense as well then?
100%. I think you have to be super selective and with who you work with. That's why, like, when people are asking me, like, why don't I do like the UK scene? Why don't I do UK rappers or talents over here? And I'm just like, it just doesn't fit where I want to go. You know, I worked with one UK talent. I worked with Harry Pinero.
Sick, yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
I worked with fly as hell.
And do you know what? Harry has a great look, and Harry knows where he wants to go direction wise. And commercially, I think he's incredible. I think he's got a great talent for speaking. I think he's got a great personality. And from what I see when he posts, it's always something new. It's always leveling up. He's always leveling up. Obviously, you got the big B now. You got the big Bentley. So you know things are going well. Do you know what I'm saying? No, but honestly, like I feel like someone like him, he was ready to transcend. So I was like, you know what?
I'm
gonna do that. But other than that, I'm always super specific. Like for me, if it doesn't wow me or doesn't wow my mum, then I'm not gonna do it. Like because there's a difference, and I don't mean this disrespectfully, and nobody take this to heart. But like me working with, I don't know, what the guy go, strike me a pose. And they kind of
Young T and Bugsy.
Yeah. So I think they're great. I think they're great artists. But I feel like there's a difference between working with Young T and Bugsy and then working with Lil Baby. If I said to you, yo, yeah, I just dressed Young T and Bugsy, and you'll be like, that's dope. That's sick. Like they're dope. Do you get what I'm saying? But I said, yo, bro, I just worked with Lil Baby. Huh? You just what? Let's be real. Like you just work with Lil Baby, because if I've worked with a Lil Baby, these other big brands are gonna look at Lil Baby and be like, "Yo, how much is he selling? What's his tours like? What's in the?" Do you get what I'm saying? That's why I look at the UK market and look at the American market. I'm not shunning the UK market at all. I'm not shunning the UK market, but for myself personally, as my brand, I kind of know where I want to go. You know, and all these big stylists that I'm looking at, they're all working with like the Leonardo DiCaprios, the George Clooney's, and that's what I want to do. That's why I started working with like the Chiwetel's, Ejiofor's. Like
bro.
You know,
I'm so happy you mentioned that, Jay, because again, it's those things that stood out to me because I hadn't really seen it before. Obviously, I follow all different stylists, talented, worked with great individuals, but it's like I'm seeing names that you know when you see faces that you recognize, but you don't know the names. They're the things that kind of stick out to me. So I'm seeing you've worked with like maybe I think it was a South Korean.
Jackson Wang.
Yes,
Jackson Wang. He's massive.
Bro, I'm seeing things like that.
He's massive
like,
in China.
Like, crazy, bro. It's actually mad. So big up you and all of that, man, and showing us all the up and coming stylists, whoever's in fashion, that the world's massive.
I'm still up and coming though.
True,
I'm definitely still up and coming. I haven't made it at all. I'm still working, still grinding, still up and coming. But like, I just wanted to diversify my portfolio, working with incredible actors like Matt Smith, Paul Bettany's, you know, Chiwetel Ejiofor's, the Josh O'Connor's. Like there's so many that I've been grateful to work with, you know, and I just wanted to show that there was more to me, to working with I worked with the Hunter as well. They're a rock band, you know, and they're like the rock fusion. I work with them as well. I just wanted to show like my kind of difference, you know.
Do you know what, Jay? As a stylist, how do you kind of maintain or obtain that level of versatility?
The thing is just, I don't know. I remember I went for a meeting once with an agency, and this was like same time 2019. Like shit was just happening. I came back and I went for a meeting, and this lady went to me. She was like, "Oh, I love what you do, but why don't you like kind of like what do you think about like the UK rap scene? Don't you want? And that just pissed me off. That just in my head, I was like, this is the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing, because I know the way I look. I know the way I act or talk sometimes. You know, I know you might think that's for me, but that ain't for me. I want to show that I'm more than that. Yes, I love the UK rap scene. Yeah, I love the US rap scene, but I want to be more than that. Like I want to work with art. Like I said, architects. You know, I worked with an incredible architect. I worked with a few other people that are like totally different, you know, and I just enjoy it. I enjoy it. Like I work with the cast of Cabaret, which is incredible. I think they won like 7 Olivier Awards. Yeah, it's things like that intrigue me, especially with my theatre background. You know, like that's stuff I like. So I don't know. That's just me, man. That's just me,
bro. It's just sick to hear and see someone that so multifaceted, but more importantly, unapologetically multifaceted. Because I think a lot of us, once you get to a certain age, you become aware of the fact that you can kind of be who you want. But then back to what we were talking about before, you feel boxed in by perception.
Yeah, man.
You could have been boxed in by the fact that you've grown up in South London, whatever, you played football or whatever. You could have just went down a certain route and people would have been like, yeah, that's where Jay was meant to go. But you said, no, hell no. Like, I'm doing what I want to do, and I'm creative enough. I think that's such an important word as well. Because, for example, when people grow up in like the arts background, like maybe they got a mum that's a theatre teacher or something like that. You grow up in the arts, you're aware of your creativity. Do you get what I'm saying? Because it's pushed forefront. Whereas with us, when we come from certain backgrounds, we maybe feel like we can only put our creativity into like a clothing line or something, and then it may be called this. You get what I'm saying? Like, so it's big up you, man. Honestly,
and do you know what I love to see as well? Yeah, and I'm not saying like I started anything, but like I see people younger than me like wanting to learn about being a stylist, because I didn't know this was a job, and now they actually can see it's a job. Do you get what I'm saying? Like people from the ends, like, yo, like, how do I become a stylist, bro? Can I assist you? Can I do this? Can I do that? Like, bro, I need some help on a clothing line. Do you mind? And I love it. You know, they're not just thinking, oh, I want to be a footballer, or I just want to go into business, or I want to go do this. They're like, yo, being a stylist is also an option for a young black man, young black lady as well. You know, it's another option. You know, you can be an editor, you can be a writer, you can work in the creative industry, and you can make a lot of fucking money doing it, bro. Hey, look, we ain't trying to look. We're trying to let you know there's money up in it, bitch. You get what I'm saying? There's money for people to make. You know, it can be very profitable if you do it correctly. You know, so like, yeah, man. I just kind of wanna promote that as well to people that are watching and thinking, how do I start out? Yeah. How do I start out? How do I do it? I'm like, listen, if you don't start now, you never know. You gotta enjoy the process. You gotta really enjoy the process. And I always tell people that you gotta fall in love with the process. Fall in love with the struggle of it. You gotta really fucking love it, because if you don't, you're gonna hate it. You're gonna quit. You know? And that's what I learned. I was like, I just gotta love, because sometimes I used to wake up and just be like,
I gotta collect this.
No, bro, before even that, I was like, what am I even gonna do today? Like, I've got no jobs, no emails has come through. I'm like, how the fuck? I got bills to pay. Like, what? How? What? Where do I even get this from? I just had to motivate myself. Like, fuck it, man. I just gotta send these emails just like the 100th time, but I'm just gotta do it. And then out of them weeks and weeks and weeks, that one email will come and you just get it. It just happens, but you just have to keep fucking going.
Do you know what, Jay? Everything you said is exactly why we started this platform.
Yeah,
bro.
man.
Because imagine while she was, obviously, as you said, you're still up and coming, but imagine while she was earlier on in your journey, you could hear from somebody that has proximity. You feel like you have a level of proximity to, because maybe they come from the same background as you, but they're achieving things that you hope to emulate. Imagine if you could have heard their story and they're saying the exact things that you're feeling at that point. Naturally, that's going to charge you up. Like, you know what, if they got through it and they got to this point, I'm going to get there.
But you have to that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. Like, my guy, like, I'm not even meant to be here I'm not meant to be. I just came back from New York 2 days ago for a press trip, my boy.
So jet lagged.
I ain't jet lagged. It's go time. I don't rest. I don't know what jet lag is. Hey, listen, we in Paris tomorrow.
Seriously?
Like, bro, listen, I'm styling the show for Paris Fashion Week in like a few days. That's what I'm trying to say. Hey, look, things are different now. And I'm playing. No, but for real, I was never meant to be doing this. That's why I'm so charged, bro.
No, I
I'm
love
so
the energy,
charged,
Jay,
and
man.
I can't even believe. Sometimes, like, you know, I get emotional because I'm like, I can't even believe I'm doing this, and I've actually made a job out of it. Like, how the fuck did this happen? Like, how did I do this? How did I get signed? What the fuck's going on? Like, I don't even understand how I did it, but like, shit happened, and I worked at it, and I prayed, and all glory to God always. Things worked out. Things fucking worked out, and yeah, man, I just didn't stop. I didn't stop, man. So, look, if you're ever thinking about like, yo, how can I get into like photography or get into like media or be a stylist or something, bro? I was the same position. Just this guy just watching documentaries or watching people. That was me. So if I can do it, you can fucking do it. And I got a long way to go. Yeah. But at least if I can get to this position, you can definitely do it.
Like, Jay, your trajectory is different. I can't lie, bro. Like,
I'm a madman.
I can't like I'm thinking, because deep, as you said, you've achieved X amount since 2017. Imagine where you're gonna be in 2030, bro.
Man,
where
like
do you see yourself? If you want to put that on paper, like let's let this be a moment in
don't
time.
tell me that. Don't ask me that.
Let's let this be a moment in time where
my God,
you come back and watch this and be like, yo, I achieved what I said I was gonna do.
Listen. I'm telling you, I'm trying to be global. I'm trying to have house in LA, apartment in New York, properties in London. Me and my girl, good family, good, healthy, skin glowing, looking good, teeth good, mom good, dad good, bro good, my whole team good. That's what I see, bro. That's what I see. You know what I'm saying? Relationship with God stronger.
Amen.
Everything, bro. That's what I'm on. You get what I'm saying? All my people good and healthy. That's that. And you know, negativity around me. Any negativity, I cut that off. That's that. I just want everything positive, everyone happy. You get what I'm saying? Because like that's really what I'm working towards. Because when you come from a working class family, you already see the struggles. You already see like I didn't grow up struggling like mad. Like I'm very grateful for how I grew up. But there were some things that I couldn't get. So, one of them white kids in school might have like a sick pair of football boots. I'll be like, man, I want what Jack has, mom.
But then you gotta go Sports Direct and
but
get
I
the
gotta
cheaper
go somewhere
ones.
else and get the cheaper ones. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I've had times like that growing up, and you know I didn't grow up mad like poor, thank God, or anything like that. But like I've had my struggles as well, you know. So like I was like, you know what, I want to be the one to kind of like change that and be that guy. I want to have mad properties. I want to do all of that, you know. And thank God I got an incredible girlfriend by my side, like who pushes me, you know, to be the best man, and I got incredible friends around me to push me to be the best guy that I can possible. So by God's grace, things will work out, bro.
Facts. You know, it's mad. I could literally end the podcast there because of that energy.
That's the energy, bro.
You get it, but there's still a couple more questions I want to ask.
Oh, God, do your thing, bro. Do your thing.
You would have seen, obviously, I said the questions before.
Nah, that's all right. Nah, it's all good. Do your thing, bro.
But like,
I'm enjoying the conversation anyway,
sick, man,
bro.
I can't lie, Jay. You see this level of energy? It, man. I love it, man. It makes it easier for me. Do you know what I mean?
Man, come on, bro.
Flow, you get me? So obviously, like, you're a stylist. You've got an eye for stuff. We've just started 2023. The date is, I'm looking at my watch like it's digital. What's the date today? That's the 15th. Yeah, Arsenal just beat Spurs 2-0.
Yeah.
So 15th.
2-0.
Yeah, January 15th.
Come on.
So what sort of fashion trends can we expect to see this year?
Oh, you see me, I'm not really a trend guy, you know. But one thing I will say is the stylists set the trends. Yep. Stylists and the designers set the trends. Designers make it, the stylists put it on the people to make the trends. Okay. It's like a pyramid almost. It's like, you see it on the artists, see it on the rappers, the singers, or whatever. It trickles down to like the basketball players. The basketball players wear it. You got the tunnel fits and all that. Then you see like the footballers start to wear it, and then the masses start to wear it. Yeah, you know what I mean. So I don't really know what trends there are. I don't really follow trends too tough. You know, maybe the only trend that I've actually liked. Well, I've always been on that. It's kind of like the wide leg trouser. Yeah. I love a wide leg trouser. I've kind of always been on that.
Hey, you're fit to. I think that picture you took with Little Baby, where he was wearing like the black sort of loafers with the white vest and like a blue.
Oh, that Lil Durk.
Oh, it was Lil Durk.
Durk. Yeah.
Hey, that fit
Durk.
was
Yeah. That was what. Oh yeah, that was Durk. Yeah. That was like the Givenchy show. Yeah. That was dope, man.
Now, let me give you a flower.
I appreciate that. Shout out Durk as well, though, man. Like He's an incredible artist. There were so many people there, Kodak, Jerry Lorenzo, J Balvin, so many people that I got to meet for the first time. Do you get what I'm saying now? But like trends, I don't know. I don't really do trends, to be fair. It's like I like what I like.
That's good.
Do you know what I mean? If the person that I'm working with wants to be on the trend thing, then we can do that, you know. But I like what I like.
You know what, Jay? Let me round off now. First of all, I just want to say thank you so much.
No, I
bro.
appreciate it, man.
This conversation was so motivational and inspiring to me. I know it's going to be so motivational and inspiring to our listeners. And even whilst you was inspiring, you still told us so many gems that stylists can hear and be like, you know, I'm going to apply that to myself. Do you get what I'm saying? So thank you so much, bro. But my last question I ask on every episode is, what would be like your one piece of advice for like the next generation of up and coming stylists or like people that want to get into fashion?
I'll say my advice is, don't listen to anybody, man. Like if they put you down, don't listen to anyone, because like I had some stylists, I'm not gonna lie, that I feel like I'm past now. Like I used to assist them, or like I used to look at them and they wouldn't let me in like the fashion groups. I couldn't chill with them at fashion weeks, or they would kind of like talk to me kind of like shit, do you know what I'm saying? Or they'll pay me shit or something crazy, and they wouldn't respect me, you know? Listen, sometimes it's all a game. Sometimes firm that if you need to. Firm it, play the game, and go get what you deserve, you know? If people are speaking negative to you, speaking negative about you, or they're in their fashion groups or their work groups and they're kind of isolating you out, just play the game. Play the game. Be a good person. Always be a good person. Don't be a dick. Be a good person and just keep going. That is the main thing. You gotta keep going. Keep being a good person. And if you believe in God, thank him every day and pray every day. That's the main thing. But I always say just keep being a dog, man. Keep being a dog. And you gotta have that dog, man. And you gotta be like, you gotta be. You know who my reference is? Ray Lewis. I don't know if you guys know who Ray Lewis is.
Actor.
No,
Wait,
he's an American football player. Listen, after this, go research Ray Lewis, mic'd up. Okay. Everybody go research Ray Lewis, mic'd up. You'll get you charged up, man. You gotta have that dog in you, man. Don't ever let no one tell you nothing, man. Shit, let's go. Hey, 2023, baby. Let's get it.
Hey, Jay.
My guy.
Bro.
Appreciate you, man.
Thank you so
for real.
Bro,
it's love.
Before we fully log off, just tell them where they can find you and whatnot, what we can expect or whatever.
Yeah, man. My socials, follow me on Jay Hines _ JAYHINES _ and also follow our production company, Osal Studios, OSAL Studio. I think it's just Osal Studio, I think. Yeah. And that's where you can find me. I'm not really on Twitter, Facebook, or anything like that, but
you're just working.
I'm working. Hey, look, I gotta leave for my flight soon. Nah, shit, later.
Hey, but you lot, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Hope to see you soon with the next episode. But yeah, in fact, you know where to find us. WMTV _LDN or whatever. But yeah, my brain's fried. As I always say, keep it locked.